Wow, I'm loving that. Thank you so, so much. That is wonderful. Give me 1 minute. I am trying very hard to record my class today using Snagit because Neuro is struggling. So, thank you so much. Huge round of applause for Cassie. We so appreciate everything. All of the wonderful hellos each day. Let's get started today, my friends. Here is a Just for Laughs comic strip. My other class was sure to let me know that they hate Valentine's Day, and so this is just really quick. Just for laughs, doink. Oh, I can't even see that really. Rain, hail, marshmallows, ice cream, hamburger buns, donut. That dream ended better than it started. Sure love that. You can't hear? I'm so sorry. I hope that you will be able to. Oh, you hate Valentine's Day. All right, let's have just a moment and review what is happening this week. As you can see, we have a test tomorrow, but there will be no live English 10 classes from Mrs. Morris tomorrow. If you have other English classes, you will go to those. I am out of town tomorrow, and so you will have that test open, and you can take it as many times as you wish until you have an A. But there are no live classes. Remember that the Argue for a Cause assignment is due tomorrow. It will show up as overdue along with your self-assessment rubric, but I will not add zeros until the 19th. It gives you a bit of additional time. So the two things that are due tomorrow, the Argue for a Cause letter and the test. I'd like to show you how to find the self-assessment rubric. I've had several questions about that. So let me walk you through that. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my other screen where I have the course up. Thumbs up, perfect. Okay, here's how you find that self-assessment rubric. You go to the grades tab because the answer to everything is in the grades tab, correct? Absolutely. No, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Valentine's Day is not everyone's favorite. Absolutely, I get that. I will rethink the Garfield comment next time, next year. You scroll down to 1.11, self-assessment rubric for the 1.10 Argue for a Cause letter. You click on this live link and you submit it to this assignment folder. So your Argue for a Cause letter goes 1.10, and you will receive points for your self-assessment rubric on 1.11. Questions, comments, or concerns? Is anyone unsure how to find that self-assessment rubric? The answer is always in the Grades tab. The answer to everything is in the Grades tab. Anything that you need to know is there. All right, let's get started. Raya, will you read these lesson goals for us, please? Thank you. I don't have to do anything. I put in hours in PowerPoints and hours worrying about you and oh, got it. Okay, okay. Okay, thanks. Got it. Got it. All right. Good job. You guys are crazy. Thank you so much, and thank you for the kind comments in chat. Let's give a round of applause to Cassie and Raya, who open up our learning space for us every day. 46 claps, and we are good to go. Excellent. Thank you. Melanie is here and ready to learn. Evelyn's here. And Kylie is here. Thank you, Sydney and Madison and Anselina and Zoe and Elijah and Faith. Thank you, Melania. We are here and ready to learn. I'm going to make sure that you will do well on your test tomorrow. So here we go. The multiple choice portion of the 1.13 unit test will hold approximately 19 questions. The good news for all of you is that we will not complete the second part of the Unit 1 test. I did not want to have you write a short response to the second part of the test when the most important document is your argue for cause letter. There is no part 2, only part 1. I will accept any amount of applause. Congratulations. You can send gifts to this address. No part 2. Ah, Zoe, you're wonderful. I feel the same about all my students. Let's review. Let's review. You are welcome, Anselina. I don't want you to be too overwhelmed. Modifiers. To modify means to give more information about. What are my students like? They are, read Evelyn's post. Brilliant, lovely, wonderful, so happy you're here, so glad you're alive. Those are modifiers. Evelyn is the queen of modifiers. Most of the time she uses one word modifiers. Sometimes she uses a phrase, so happy you're alive. I don't know if she uses a clause. A clause has a subject and a verb, but regardless of the length or type of modifiers, modifiers give you additional information. Okay. So a modifier is misplaced or dangling when it's not by the word it modifies. Mrs. Morris loves, loves, loves her students as she draws a heart on a paper. Your students are not drawing a heart on a paper. I am. Let's take a look at specific examples. Covered with hot melted cheese, I ate pizza. No, I am not covered with hot melted cheese. That's just disgusting. How would we rewrite this sentence to make sure that there was not a misplaced modifier? You can't put a person next to covered in hot melted cheese because that just does not make sense. You flip it, absolutely, and you know, if we all pass this class, maybe I'll pour cheese over my head just for all of you who thinks, you know, on second thought, that would be funny. Yes, if you have a big enough imagination. Kylie is saying never say never. The correct way to correct that misplaced modifiers to say I ate pizza covered with hot melted cheese, or covered with hot melted cheese, the pizza looked appetizing. Put the modifier exactly next to the word it modifies and you will have no problem. Here's another one. Incredibly starving, the leftover. No, leftovers cannot starve. They're not human. They don't have a digestive system. Incredibly starving, the leftover food was devoured. That makes no sense at all. We don't even know who is starving. We've got to add a who. Since we were incredibly starving, the leftover food was devoured. We are starving. We're people. We can be hungry. Like I'm hungry right now. I didn't eat breakfast. Let's try one more time. Let's find one of these sentences that has a dangling or misplaced modifier. While I was on the phone with my mom, the doorbell rang. That is absolutely fine. Sitting on the porch, yes, people can sit on the porch. Riding the bike down the street, the deer. No, no. Although you would win America's Funniest Home Videos if you caught that on tape, deer unfortunately cannot ride a bike. Okay. Questions, comments, or concerns? Let's try one final time. Rewrite the sentence to fix the misplaced modifier. We serve dinner to guests on fine china. No, my guests do not sit on the china that I got for my wedding. That is just disgusting. No. Guests do not sit on fine china. How can you rewrite this sentence to make sure that the modifier does not cause all kinds of confusion and disgust? They do not. They do not. If you come to my house, all of my students, I will not make you sit on dinnerware. How could we rewrite that? Yes, exactly, Cassie. We serve dinner on fine china to guests. It is not quite comfortable. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what I need. I'm moving my daughter to Texas tomorrow. I've been crying, I'm emotional, and my class is exactly what I need. All right, let's move right along. There are two questions on determining the meaning of words. Remember that connotation and denotation are not the same thing. Denotation starts with a D. Dictionary starts with a D. Voila! A denotation is a dictionary definition. Yes, add to chat that I am brilliant. There are two words that can have the same meaning: extermination and kill. Hitler used extermination instead of kill. Why? Because he wanted a different meaning. Connotation is all of the feelings around the word. For instance, would you rather live in a home or a shack? Would you rather live in a home or a hovel? Would you rather live in a home or a dugout? Would you rather live in a home or an igloo? Oh, maybe that would be fun. They mean the same thing in the dictionary, but they're very different. Would you like someone to call you cheap or thrifty? Thrifty sounds like you're making smart decisions. Cheap sounds like you won't even buy anybody a Happy Meal. Connotation is all the words around it. Denotation is the dictionary definition. Let's try an actual example. I grimaced as I recognized the familiar smell. What do you think the likely meaning or connotation of this smell might be if you grimace? Let's use polling tools. Is it an interesting scent? Is it an offensive odor? Is it a pleasant fragrance or a familiar smell? Does it smell like Abercrombie and Finch cologne? Does it smell like flowers? Does it smell like, I don't know, rotten tomatoes? What do we think? 12% of us are here with me. I am so sad. I am crying right now. Raya, thank you for polling. Riker, thank you. Alexandra, Cassie, Evelyn, Zoe, Jose, Matt, Faith, Carlos, Melania, Trayvon, Cable, Anselina, they're in the house. Kylie, thank you. Riley. Emma Dobbin, thank you. Jared, thank you. Harley and Quentin. Sebastian, let me know what you think. Maya, William Campbell. Remember, if we poll and we get 75%, there's no exit. We did not make it this time, but close. Let's look at the answer. Grimaced means to make a face like this. Ugh! So it's an offensive odor. If you're taking a test and you're not sure about the connotation of a word, Google it. The connotation is all of the meanings around the word. Okay. Now let's review in our last few minutes of class the text that we have covered.